Yeah, they go.
Mm.
Who's read AI meeting notes of these? Does somebody here want meeting notes?
Do, do, do.
Are they yours, Charlie?
I think they keep following me about.
All right, I'm not going to let it in, all right?
They're my nemesis.
Died.
Okay.
Polly, turn your alarm off, please.
What's that, Sarah?
Sorry, I've got my. Oh, so I thought I put myself on mute. My bloody daughter's alarm keeps going off. It's like, oh, to be 17.
It's 10 o'clock.
So Sarah's a makeup. Can you spot the spelling mistake? Can you read for us, please?
Want me to read? Right, okay. Pre-recording consent. Before we begin recording, I want to make sure everyone is aware and comfortable. This session is being streamed and recorded as part of you at Lero's mission to build recovery capital and challenge stigma. Your personal safety and comfort come first. If at any time you would like your contribution or the recording deleted, please say so and it will be removed without question. Please remember, take personal responsibility for what you share. This is an adult learning environment, not therapy, mutual aid, or a faith-based organisation. If you are happy to proceed, please give a verbal yes or use the chat to confirm you consent to the recording.
Yes.
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 And sort out child alarm.
Oh, thank you. Okay, good morning. I always get very nervous when new people join us because I want to make an impression. So, Dorette, welcome. It's it's really nice to have you here. And Dutch would be your first language, yes?
It is, yes.
Yeah, okay. So first of all, I really want to just kind of honor you for coming here and allowing us to talk in English. Yeah. And yeah, so thank you for coming. And what's going to happen is we're just going to slowly ease into the training for you. These people here, Olivia, what is this number, class number 7 or something for you?
Think it's 6 or 7, I can't remember.
Okay. All right. So it's class number 6 for Olivia. Daniel, what class number are you? About 13.
Maybe, yeah. 13, something like that.
And I think it's going to be similar for Danny.
Yeah, we joined at the same time, yeah.
Yeah. And Sam's an old timer here. He must be in the class number 19.
I think so.
Yeah. And Charlie, we can't get rid of. He just loves his stuff and keeps coming and keeps coming and keeps coming. So, Dorette, allow yourself time to settle and come in.
Good comment. Okay.
This is a training that goes over 20 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And there'll be content and self-study that you'll be given and you'll be able to go through. And the classes, we really come and we just play and learn as we go along. Yeah.
Okay.
And over the 20 weeks, you'll learn about the coaching conversation, the continuums, the progress of somebody, see where they're going, the system of how everything connects together, a 4Q leadership model where you can use coaching as a skill set for personal leadership of yourself and others and organization. And then the 5th one is creating the container. And this is what we're doing now. We're creating the container.
Mm-hmm.
And we create the container by checking in first. So we'll start with a check-in and we'll take you last, Dorette, just so that you can get a feel of what everyone's talking about. and I'll tag Olivia first because she's an old timer now. This is her 6th class. Go for it, Olivia. Build the container first.
Feeling good today. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I get to spend the whole day with my son. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm really appreciating all the learning I'm getting from these classes and kind of new experiences. Thank you. I will invite Sarah.
Thanks, Olivia. Yes, I'm checking in as usual. Feeling a bit disorganized, but it's because I'm a night owl and up till the early hours, but all is good. I will tag Charlie.
Thanks, Sarah. I'm feeling very relaxed. I had a meditation class with a group on the Malney app 5 o'clock this morning.
Wow.
And yeah, it was a beautiful meditation. So I'm feeling extremely relaxed. And I will tag Moss.
Yeah, morning everyone. I am not feeling with it at all this morning. I've had a terrible night's sleep. I woke up in the middle of the night. I couldn't get back to sleep. I even had to take my dog out because I hadn't taken her for a last walk. I just thought I've literally not even been up that long. I'm not feeling great, but I'm here in mind and body, which is important, I guess. I don't know about spirit yet. Still trying to connect to that. But yeah, I'm here. I'll tag Daniel.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm dog sitting. I'm laughing. I had my gas went off, and then when I've been trying to get it put back on, apparently it was because there was a storm in July, and it's not been taking the money I've put on it. So I've put all the codes in again, and I've got an extra £100 of gas. It's giving me the gas that I've already used because of this storm. So that's interesting. Yeah. I'll tag Danny.
Hi, morning, folks. Yeah, checking in good today. Yeah, having quite a busy week because I'm organising a sober art exhibition at a local gallery here, and it was the deadline for submissions last week. So I'm just going through all the artwork and starting to make some selections to put on a show, which is exciting. And I'll tag Sam.
Thanks, Danny. Hi, everyone. Sam checking in, feeling really content this morning, really present, and looking forward to the day ahead. And I will tag Dorette.
Thank you. Well, I check in a bit nervous, anxious to see where this is going to. It's my first lesson. I hope I can keep up with the English, but I'll try my best. Thank you, David.
You see, Dorette, you've already learned. You've learned how to check in, when to be tagged, to pass it on. Wonderful. All right. So, Dorette, what brings you to recovery coaching? What would you like to get out of this training?
Well, I am part of the family support group of Moni for a year and a half because I have a daughter with addiction. And the container of the family support group is so good for me. It's helping me so much that I want to do something back. I want to try and help other people. I don't know exactly how, but that's how I end up here.
Fantastic. Okay. So you're a family member that's been impacted by somebody's being in a culture of addiction, and you've been going to a family support group and in recovery for the past kind of 18 months. And now you want to take your lived experience and learn how to support other family members or people.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, well, fuck, we can definitely give that to you. Do you mind if I swear?
Oh no, I don't mind.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. All right. So, yeah, let's talk today about onboarding. Yep. How do you onboard a client? Yep. And then let's also talk about exiting. And the guys from Kennedy Street, they're coming up to exiting. They're coming up to, we've agreed on the number of sessions. They've been coming to the classroom, and hopefully they've gotten what we agreed in the beginning, what we contracted for. And now it's about moving on. Yeah. So let's just kind of look, how do you onboard people and how do people move on and how do you end the coaching relationship? Is that all right for a topic for everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's start with Kennedy Street. Who wants to be onboarded?
Uh,
How do you guys exit people in your organization? How would you like to exit from this training?
Well, I mean, yeah, I'll speak. There's a couple of different ways we've ended. Like, so we've just had a volunteer, Elena. She was one of our core volunteers on a Friday. Was really good, but she's had to step back from volunteering because she's now going to uni, and like she's doing exceptionally well, like amazing, like. But we threw a party, David, didn't we? We threw a little
You threw
proper
a
little getting away
party.
party. Yeah,
You
you
had a
know,
little ritual.
yeah. There we got a cake and cards signed and stuff, like, and yeah, but yeah, it's a more natural ways when we're doing the 8 sessions of coaching for clients. And I, when we get to the end of the 8 sessions, there was this guy I was coaching. And he kind of made it clear that he's not wasn't a client of the hub really. Well, he was, but he wasn't, if that makes sense, because he worked Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. You know what I mean? But he was taking time off to come and see me for coaching, and we were working around his support needs, and it was, we just sort of sessions came to an end, and it was just like, thanks for your support. I wish you luck. It's just real sort of natural kind of conversation, really. And I was like, come and see me when you can, pop in, keep in contact. You know what I mean? Like all that sort of good stuff. It's the same with Elena. It was just like a natural kind of like keep in contact, come and see us. Try and find time to pop in for a cup of tea, and it's just like just keeping it natural, isn't it? I think being being a recovering addict, like when things used to end in addiction, it was always chaos and drama. You know what I mean? And now we're ending with, oh, come and see us. Don't forget to stay in touch and have a cup of tea, and you know what I mean. And it used to be like, get the fuck out of my life. I don't want to see you anymore. Go away. Okay. I was
So,
quite
so,
used to that ending.
so you've maintained the relationship, and hopefully it in on one. So you end on good terms. And if people wanted to come back, what's the process? So just to so in the coaching conversation, you contract for so many sessions. You agree on the beginning what it is that you want to get out of it. At the end of those sessions, you review, yeah. And then if you want to carry on, you need to recontract. So it's not like therapy that can go on and on and on and on. It's not like the fellowships where you keep coming back and you go, there's specific outcomes and assessments that need to happen. Yeah.
Yeah,
And to stay in integrity and within the ethical kind of agreements of the role of a coach, we need to maintain that. And for those people that are in private practice, it can get a bit sticky because people think, oh my God, this person's going to leave. Yeah, I'm not going to be getting the weekly income from them anymore. Does that make sense? And it can get a bit ethical sometimes. Sometimes people want to say, oh, yeah, I think you need more, you need more therapy, you need more treatment, you need this. And because for the business, it's good to keep the person in treatment or whatever, when actually the person needs to be encouraged and to move on. To make sense, is this the and we just need to be aware of the boundaries and of the role. Yeah, so it's a short intervention. So, for example, I'm coaching some people that are individually around leadership in a Lero. Yep, it's contracted for 6 sessions. We've come to the 6. Okay, is this working? Where are we going? Do you want to contract for another 6 sessions? Let's see if there's money. Yes, there is money. Great, let's go. So it's quite transactional and focused in that sense.
When I came out of rehab, I went back to the support group that got me into rehab, and then I had 6 weeks with them afterwards, and then they discharged me. But then they offered me the volunteering, so that was kind of keeping me still in the loop. So that's one way of doing things with people as well, I think.
So there's a transition path. You know?
Yeah.
Treatment. Yeah, you've done great. Now become a volunteer. Yeah, as a form of holding people and keeping people connected within the community.
Yeah.
Yeah. The downside of that is sometimes you have people that are still very unwell that are going out and volunteering and they're not ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it can impact the environment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are all sorts of challenges that we need to be aware of.
Yeah, I mean that's part of our pathway at the Recovery Hub as well. I think we spoke about in our onboarding process is that when someone part of the process is once if they're happy to, they're around all the time. We ask them about volunteering, and there's certain criteria, like you have to be at least 30 days clean and sober to become a volunteer. You know what I mean? And then if someone does relapse, or if they're, what's that terminology, Sam? I'm looking for. It's not just about drinking, drugging, is it? What's the other one we use?
30 days free from addictive, destructive behaviour.
That's the one. Addictive, destructive behaviour. Then we'd ask them to step down as well.
Job at the hub.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's a bit different, isn't it? Because it's not transactional with us, and whereas you're saying about people still being quite unwell to volunteer and stuff like that, whereas I think we take people when they're not too well in the aim of fixing them a bit more and just getting, and it's because. Yeah, we get a lot of people in the early days and things like that, and we do have there's a fair bit of conflict, but it's actually just learning to deal with that again. Because I was talking about in a meeting the other night. It's like I didn't like my resentments and stuff. I didn't. They're just not that big because every time I didn't for 30 years. Anytime I had a resentment of anything, I just get high and it would soon be over. So, but the last 18 months, well, last year, I've had more resentments than I've ever had in my, had resentment all the time. So
Okay.
it's just, but it's,
So
it give,
why is that happening, Daniel?
no, I'm saying because I'm not used to, if ever,
The
when,
feelings.
well, I'm not used to having emotions and not just covering them up straight away.
So for your emotional resilience to grow,
Yeah,
something that's been suppressed for so long. How
yeah,
old are you, Daniel?
I'm 45.
Okay, all right.
Going on 50,
Okay, so you're a 45-year-old bloke.
child, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's emotions around anger and resentment has been suppressed for many years.
yeah,
So here you are as a big grown up, but the resentment side is like
Yeah, completely. Yeah,
and it takes time to build resilience
Mm.
around that.
yeah, and that's what I've got. Luckily, I've got a space where,
And this is where the community of
yeah,
care comes along. Yeah.
yeah,
But if you've got somebody like that, yeah, that's
mm,
showing up and helping other people
yeah,
in treatment,
yeah,
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 and they haven't worked on this stuff, the dynamics become very, I would say, ethically, there'd be an ethical challenge there because essentially you've got an unwell person
yeah,
going to be there for somebody else who's essentially paying for treatment.
yeah.
Yep.
I'd say
And
we're not in that system at the moment because all our everything's we get outside funding, which is
somebody always pays for it.
yeah, yeah,
Some like I mean, society pays for
yeah,
untreated addiction, yeah, and people are ending up at emergency wards or the police on a Friday night, and the cost on society, somebody's paying for it always.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I just want to check with Dorette. Dorette, how are
Hmm.
you doing? Is everything all right here?
I'm all right.
Yeah.
I'm not always following, but in the global, I can. Yeah.
Okay. So just to speak to that anxiety, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give you the transcript afterwards. Yep.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then we can convert that back into your home language, and then you'll be able to go over it. And I know Paula and the Dutch team there are very
Yeah.
excited to have you here. So you've got lots of support here, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Thank
Uh,
you.
all right. Um, hmm.
I'm not sure if I understood well. You talking about two persons, and one is vulnerable because he's being treated, and the one is helping is also a bit not strong. Is that it's not bad when you show your own emotions, I guess.
So yeah, the one of the things of addiction treatment is breaking the isolation of it. And a lot of people feel very isolated and stigmatized around this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and also what we want to do is we want to coach a system. So one person might have the problem, but it impacts the other people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said you've been coming to a family group
Mm-hmm.
because of your daughter. So you're a mother that's getting support from other family members. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you've got someone in that group, the family group, that is volunteering, but they're not doing their own personal work, it can become a problem for that group.
Okay.
Does that, and that's why I'm for training of people with lived experience.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That this is what we're really trying to kind of bring professionalism to people that come from a very chaotic environment.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And if I can just say something, David.
please,
I,
please.
I hear you with that, and it does make sense. I think from our perspective, the volunteers are, in the early stages, are just helping make teas and coffees. They're not.
Great. Yeah,
They're
yeah,
not.
yeah. I just want to say this now. I am not trying to say Kennedy Street in any
No,
way
no.
doing any. In fact, if anything, you're a real model of doing things uh, as right, for want of a better word.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's like, they're helping, like, help run the hub, and for me, when I first did that, I was like, what, you want me to help? You know,
Mm.
I felt worthless and useless, and I guess it's that real just that start of just to feel like I belonged, or like that I was being of use, and and that self-esteem, and gradually that all, it all helped. um so yeah, so I guess like that's all right, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Daniel, may I come to you around last week's story?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yep. Okay. So if I can just put a bit of my projection onto the story,
Yeah,
yeah, you were part of a faith-based organization, and you had a very personal experience with that organization.
yeah,
And yep, and then last week you made a comment, you put something out there about offering love to a family and support around that, and you got deeply wounded by the response.
yeah. I'm penalised.
Huh?
I'm penalised.
And penalized.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right. So and I think that could have been a very dangerous state for you because your words were, I thought of using.
Yeah, yeah. I was worn. I got a bit worn down by it, and
Yeah, worn down, vulnerable, overwhelmed, traumatized, like what the fuck is going on here? No wonder you're going to think about going back to the old coping mechanisms.
yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
And I'm really pleased to see you here this week, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. How are you doing this week?
I'm doing good. It's a weird one because it's kind of been resolved, kind of, but then I've still got to speak to the head honcho about it. It's like it's so turned into such a big thing, and then I put myself forward for something else, which I really wanted, and I wasn't allowed to do it. So I'm not until this gets resolved. So I've missed out on this training opportunity, uh, all over it, and it's just insane to me. But it is what it is, and it could be down to I don't know that for 100% sure. I'm pretty confident that's what it is. Uh, I'm still waiting on another appointment, but it's just yeah, it was just madness. It's madness. Uh, that's just the way I see it.
Okay, so I'm really pleased you're here. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that we can talk about this and learn from this.
Yeah. Well, yeah. To be honest, also, I had to just pray on it and just give some give them a benefit of doubt because I don't know everything that's going on. I do feel it does seem this way. Like I say, I'm getting stopped from doing something else, but I'm still involved in a lot of other things, and that's all right now. Yeah, it's just everything's stressful at the moment, isn't it? You got Jews getting killed in Manchester, and we got locally we had the mosque get set on fire, and the world's just like everything's just getting tense. So I think everyone just you just don't you don't know where to tread and stuff. So it's just really difficult, isn't it? Uh, but yeah, so like, well, I do a thing. I'm in do a thing called Alpha. Well, you know the Alpha course, and that so we completely packed out. It was. I think we were supposed to cater for about 80, but it was about 150 last night. So I think like everything that's going on, it's making people think about stuff like this, and so that's that's positive, maybe. Yeah, yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, how are you feeling right now, Daniel?
I feel good. I've got a little dog. for a couple of days. He's very entertaining. Although he does an insane amount of poos, it's insane. It's like I have to take
How,
five out every time. Uh,
and what are you learning from today's container?
I am learning that Zoom can translate into Dutch. Well, I'd love to see the transcript, see if we can, because Siri doesn't do it. I don't know. Yeah, I know. I think what you were saying about and the sessions and things like that. I think uh, like we do have as far as I know, I don't, I've not been doing the sessions myself, running sessions, but I know that Sam and Moss often, yeah, they book people in for 6 to 8 sessions and things like that. And then sometimes we just keep coming back, like me and Danny. So, uh,
So let's pause it there for a second, Daniel.
yeah,
And Charlie, if I could ask you to bring some of your experience from the family member's perspective this week.
Let me see if I'm on mute. No, I'm not on mute. Yeah, my family member. Oh goodness, where do I start here? Yeah, I've had quite a traumatic week with my. Well, I've actually had quite a traumatic few weeks since I came back from South Africa. But I've got quite a traumatized family. There isn't one member of my family that hasn't been traumatized by addiction. Countless deaths and whatever else. But anyway, man, my sister, who I love dearly, she she is a rogue like no other rogue. She is in addiction like I have never seen anybody in addiction. She literally would live in the streets, which she has done. She's lived in the streets for months and months and months, just to go and smoke crack cocaine in a tent. I've never seen an addiction grip someone like it's gripped my sister. She's a very vulnerable lady. But when crack cocaine is in the way, there is no wall, there is no hurdle, there's nothing wide enough that she won't go round or go over or go under to get crack cocaine. In saying that, she did have she came off the streets 8 weeks ago. She came back to my mum's house, and I said to my mum, "You cannot take her in." But my mum, bless her soul, for the 150th time, whatever, said, "Yeah, I need to take her in this one last time." She is barred from every rehab. She's barred from every detoxification centre and everything. If no one will take her in, no homeless shelter will take her in, no one will take her in. And so she showed up at my mum's a few weeks ago, and I love her dearly. I absolutely love the bones off her. And she showed up at my mum's, and I said to mums, "We need to be careful here." But anyway, my mum, Yama took her in, and through some gentle care, some gentle love and compassion, she managed to. She was managing to get well. She was managing. She got about 8 weeks. She got about 8 weeks, and I was really beside her. Cocaine Anonymous and all these and stuff, and she was really grabbing it. But then what happened is I've got a brother who's also been a crack addict as well, and has been a crack addict for 30 years. He had a psychosis. He had a crack cocaine psychosis, and he was in a coma for 2 weeks. He was in a coma for 2 weeks. But ultimately, that meant for the last time he couldn't go back to the marital home because he's got a daughter there who has been traumatized by his crack cocaine psychosis. So there's nowhere for him to go. So where does he go? He goes to my mum's now as well. My sister, I hope these are following this story because it's a bit of a story. My brother and my sister are like twins. They were literally born 12 months apart by a week. And so I was like, oh my goodness. So my mum, bless her soul, she went to see her son out, and she took my brother in as well. My mum lives in a bungalow. My mum 70. She lives in a bungalow, 1 bedroom, 1 kitchen, 1 front room, 1 toilet and bathroom. Just a small bungalow. You for pensioners where they go, for the last chapter of their life. And 1 couch, you've got my sister sleeping, and on the other couch, you've now got my brother, who are and within a few weeks, no, within a few days, my sister has fallen off the wagon because my brother's now smoking crack cocaine in my mum's house. My sister's now fallen off the wagon.
So
That happened.
just 1 second. I just want to check. First of all, this is being streamed. Is this
Yeah,
okay for you?
yeah, fine. Yeah.
All right, because it's not just you here now. We got your mum and your brother and your sister.
Yeah.
And I just want us to imagine for a second how hard it must be for your mother to have her kids knock on the door and saying, "Mum, I need help." Just like how I feel sad and how difficult that is for the mothers in the world. Yeah, it's really just want to give a bit of space to just like.
I've done that. I've done that exact same situation.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, me and my brother both rocked up, and my mum's having breakdowns and drug addictions, and did the exact same thing.
Okay.
I do feel for her.
Okay.
So I'm okay to continue. Okay to
Yeah,
continue?
of course. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I just wanted
so-
to kind of slow it down.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Capture
slow.
the
I'm trying to
system
slow.
here as well. There's a
Yeah,
system.
I'm trying to slow this down and make it as English so that Dorette can understand my broad Glaswegian accent. So I'm trying
I
to
can
go,
understand.
I'm trying to really slow it down. So, needless to say, my sister relapsed, and but what my mother's been doing for the last couple of years, she's been looking in my direction because she knows what I now do for like a living. She knows what I do now as a kind of profession. She knows now, so she looks at me as the fixer. No, I'm not that.
Right. So let's just pause there for a second. So Charlie, you're the oldest son. Yeah.
Mhm.
And professionally, you're working in this field. Yeah. So mum's reaching out to you on my other son. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what to do. So that just brings another complexity to this system. Charlie, keep going, Charlie.
Yeah. My mum and me, we constantly have tears. We constantly have tears together. Me and my mum have never shed a tear before, up until about a few months ago, and now we shed tears together because we are both stuck. We are both stuck.
So it's bringing you together.
Yeah, it's bringing me and my mum together for the first time in our lives, actually.
Okay, all right.
There's a real look in minds in my mum's eyes of this. There's an understanding between me and my mum that we don't need to say a word. There is no word that we say when we shed a tear. There's a feeling of lost, being lost. There's a feeling that I don't know what to do. She doesn't know what to do, and we're just looking at each other like this, and we're just like, let's just be lost together. Let's just be lost. Let's be lost together and see what this brings. So ultimately, what's happened is my brothers came in, and now the house has turned into a crack den. The house now is a crack den. And my mum is only 4 feet something. She's a teeny wee woman, and she's so high in her nerves. She's meant for a massive heart attack that I could see any time. So things were really getting out of control. I'm going back and forth to this house, to my mum's house. My mum's passed herself. But what I couldn't do, I couldn't say to my mum, these two need to leave. I couldn't say that to her because it's still her kids. I still couldn't say, Mum, you need to get these two out. I realised very quickly that my mum has to come to that understanding. My mum has to say, Charles, I need you to act. And I couldn't do that because I'm her oldest son, and I need to respect her. even though I can see what's happening, and this was really tough. This was me, really, this was probably the toughest part of this. I cannot step in and act until my mum tells me to. But I can be there for my mum as much as I can. I'm a brother and sister, but more for my mum. And that action came at the weekend. My sister, my sister went for milk, and she went in a whole day crack cocaine. And my mum was so tired on Friday. She said, "Lisa, I'll use her name, Louisa. Can you go for milk?" And my sister said, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." Off she went for milk and never came back. She went in a so you cannot give my sister space now. Not even to go to the shop. She's went for milk and ended up in a crack cocaine stupor the whole day. My mum asked me to come down on a Saturday, and my brother is now walking about my mum's little house in a crack cocaine psychosis. So I'm sitting in my mum's house. I'm sitting in my mum's house in this little chair at the window, and the analogy that I've got here, this is what I told, this is what I told the Malney team on Sunday. It was like I was looking in a zoo. It was like a cage, and I'm sitting on the outside, and you had my mum who's pacing about, my brother's in a crack cocaine psychosis, and my sister's sitting there like a porcelain doll because she knows she's messed up from the Friday. She doesn't want to say a word. And my brother's going out, my brother's got a window open, about to go out a window. And I'm just sitting there like this. I'm going, what the fuck? So I said, Mum, I need to leave, but we need to have words. So I phoned, so I left. Within an hour, my mum had phoned and she said, Charles, I need both of them out. I need you. I need help. I need them both out. And I said, Mother, that's all.
So just
Yeah.
one second. So you thought, fuck, I can't do this anymore. I'm detaching.
I'm off.
I'm leaving. And when you took yourself out of the situation, an hour later, your mum phoned you up and said, I need help.
I need help.
Great. What happened there?
I said, okay, what do you need? And she said, I just need them out. I said, okay, we can do that. I said, well, let's just get today over. They're both where they are. Are you safe? She's like, yeah, I'm safe now because my brother had now went and my sister's in this calm down. So I said, are you safe, man, right now? She said, yeah, I feel safe. I'm starting to come down. I said, okay, well, let's just stay with each other for the day. Anything happens, you phone me. And she phoned me every couple of hours. I said, I will be down on the Sunday, but you need to agree for me to put this in place. And she said, Ma, what do you need to me? I said, I'm gonna ask both of them to leave. One will leave on Sunday and one will leave on Monday, and they will not have a choice. Do you want to do that? She's like, yes, son, I need you to do that. I said, okay, then we'll wait.
So you went in there and you put down some firm boundaries.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
went down on the Sunday, man. I went down on the Sunday. My brother knows I'm in the house now, and so when I went down to my mum's on the Sunday, my brother's still in bed from this massive psychosis. I woke him up out of bed. I said, "You need to come into the front room to speak to you," and he didn't want to, and he got in my face. He's now in my face because he knows that there's something going down. So I said, "It doesn't matter whether you're in my face or not. We're going to speak. We're going to speak here." So you're going to have to get out of bed and you're going to have to come and sit on the couch. And my mum's sitting there. So my mum's now got my back. And I said to my brother when he got out of bed, and he's confronting me, man, and stuff like this. It doesn't matter what, man. It doesn't matter what you do or say right now. You will be leaving this house today. And he's like, Mum, what do you mean? I've not done nothing wrong. I'm not doing this. I said, you are. You're smoking crack cocaine in this house and you were in psychosis, man, yesterday. And just at that, my mum broke down crying for the first time. And my brother got it. My brother got it because my mum's now in tears. My mum was petrified for her life. My mum was petrified for her life on the Saturday. So, basically, the penny dropped and he got it. And he said, I'll leave today. I said, okay, let's make that happen. And he left about tea time on that day. And then that just left my sister. So now my brother's gone by tea time. That left my sister. You've got to imagine how much I love my sister. I love the bones of my sister. I don't know why, I just love her so much. But I've got to do the exact same as what I did with my brother. So I said, Melissa, you're going to have to leave tomorrow. This is what's going to happen. And she said, I don't have anywhere to go. I said, this is what needs to happen. My mum's here and she's asked me, man, you're going to have to leave tomorrow. So she said, okay. So I said, listen, I love you like you would know, but you're going to have to leave. And this is the hardest part. I drove away on the Sunday, and I phoned my mum on the Sunday night. Do you still want this to happen? She said, yeah. So I drove down to my mum's on the Monday morning at 9 o'clock, and my sister's packing her suitcase and everything else. And I put a suitcase in the back of my car, put her bag in there, and I put her in the car. And we waved goodbye to my mum, and I dropped my sister off in the streets with no home, nothing, absolute nothing, and it broke my heart. I drove her. I gave her a cuddle, and I said, I love you. I said, I will always love you. I'll always love you like a big brother. I will always love you. And I drove away, and I left her on the streets. And I went back to my caravan. No, I went back to my garden house, this office that I sat in, and I fell apart. And I completely fell apart. And I took myself to the gym. Took myself to the gym where I could be around people, but I could just lift weights and just try and de-stress and try and whatever else. And in that moment, I had a fantastic conversation with ChatGPT. I took my crisis to ChatGPT. But anyway, yeah, and so my sister, I phoned her that night. My sister was given a hostel by TSAD and the council. She's now in a hostel, which is there's a roof over her head there. And
So your sister's safe now?
my sister's safe now, yeah.
Your mum is safe?
What's that?
Your mum is safe?
My mum is safe now, yeah. My mum is safe.
Are you safe?
Yeah. It took
And your brother?
My brother, I don't know. He's vanished again. He's gone.
Yeah, okay.
He's gone again. My mother's got a space back, which is the most important thing. I mean, I was always safe, but it's the first time in my life that I've had to drop anyone off, especially my sister, off in the street, and just take her back. But you know, I had to. My way that uncertainty that I was just taking it back to the street, and it was raw, it was emotional, it was, and again, we looked in each other's eyes. I do this way, my family. I look in their eyes, and I don't have to say a word. I look in their eyes with just sheer love. I look in your eyes, look in my eyes, and you'll see what I'm feeling here. And me and my sister, this is no joke, we locked eyes and we never said a word, and we just cuddled each other and cried. And then I drove away, and it was the rawest moment I've had in a very, very long time. I've had some very raw moments in my life, but that moment will probably live with me for probably the rest of my life. But you know, stuff that I had to do.
So
Thanks
just
for
pause it for
listening,
a
guys.
second.
It was a long story, thanks.
No, it's great. So also what I want to point out is on the one side you work in the field, and then on the other side you're a family member that's impacted by the field.
Very much so.
Yeah. All right. So let's just hear what's in the container. What do you lot think, feel, learn?
I want to acknowledge Charlie for sharing that. I mean, that's wow, like what a horrible and difficult situation you've been in. Like, it's just horrendous. I can't imagine how heart-wrenching and painful that must be to have gone through all of that. You know what I mean? Like, wow. It's kind of.
So you want to bless Charlie for
Yeah.
his, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Moss.
I feel you, Charlie. I am the mother who has put her daughter outside once. Terrible, terrible. Addiction is terrible. Yeah.
Thank you, Dorette. You've just certified. Thank you. I really feel that. Danny?
Yeah, Charlie, that just such an awful situation for you to have been in, and I think sending out lots of love and light to you. But I think when it comes to having experience in helping others with recovery, I think I don't know if that can really help when it comes to dealing with family in that kind of way, because it's so close, so intertwined. I did get thrown out of my mum's house in a kind of similar situation, so I've been in that place that your sister was in. So yeah, it's actually I'm feeling really emotional at the moment, and I just I hope that you and your family can heal.
That's activating for you, Sam, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, a little, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Sam?
Yeah, yeah, that story was really really emotive, and I really feel for you, Charlie. That's you have a way with your words, and you really did describe that, and I, you
You
know,
can tell a story, eh?
yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
I just
fuck.
had this im I just had this image of a 70-year-old woman, in her own home, just it's how wonderful that she has you, how absolutely wonderful that she has you. Um, and that you were able to, help when she asked for it, and that was the bit for me. I was just like, oh wow, thank God. Um,
So there was a lot of respect there, huh? I'll
mm,
come in and help when
mm,
you ask me for help. So he's kind of given his mum agency, yeah. And also he had to look after himself and say, I'm not fucking watching this circus anymore. You're all fucking mad.
yeah.
Yeah. And he left. And then when his brother saw the impact his behavior was having on his mother with her crying, he got that kind of sense of shame. It's like, oh my God, I can't do this. And the brother packed his bags and left.
Mm. When you were talking, it was weird because I so a similar situation with my mum. She started going to Naranon, and when I relapsed, because she couldn't cope, and she learnt stuff in that fellowship, like detach with love, boundaries. And for the first time in her life, she didn't allow me into her home. She said no, and she wouldn't give me money, and and that was hard for me to deal with. But ultimately, it meant that I was on my own, and I got here quicker, basically. But as Charlie was talking, I was thinking, oh, if almost like, not existentially, but like, if I was the brother of me, and I was with my mum, and the addict was trying to get in, I would have been like, "Don't let him in! Don't let him in, mum!" You
And
know.
and that's the I want to say the cruel part of things that's happened to the role of the mothers.
Mm,
Because it is so hard for mothers, yeah. And if I remember Charlie's story correctly, he was saying no rehab will take her, nobody else will take her to the only place is mum, or she's sleeping in a tent out in the like fuck.
Mm.
And often the family members go into a state of shame. It's like, oh my God, this is my fault. I've caused all this and da, da, da. And then the role of the mother gets really traumatized and activated.
Yeah.
Daniel, Sarah, Olivia.
Just kind of echo what everyone's been saying about Charlie and the way that's been dealt with. And it's just quite incredible to imagine. And it's not on the same level at all, but it just kind of brought back. I had a conversation. I met up with my mum yesterday before going into the hub, and we have a good relationship and an open and honest communication with each other. But it was quite a hard conversation yesterday because mum was talking about what it was like when they were trying to get me into rehab. And she was talking about how she lives about 40 minutes away from me, and how she would have to stop several times on the way back when she used to see me, because she just couldn't, she was breaking down all the time and it was uncontrollable. And that it was my sister, there's three of us, there's my mum, my sister, my mum, and how my sister, it's effect, she's found it difficult to move on with it now because she saw my mum at her very, very lowest and just absolutely breaking down. So again, as you were saying, just the role of the mother, the role of the family members. And I'm just fortunate, I suppose, that I have recovery. But yeah, thank you, Charlie, for sharing. That was just quite incredible to listen to.
So you've also, your own role has been activated as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, absolutely. And I think it was just, but it was, I was thankful. I'm thankful that I can hear the hard stuff now, and that we can move on forward together, and move on our own journeys as well.
Cool. Daniel, Olivia, who's going first?
Yeah, well, it's really hard to, because I did exactly the same to my mum. Yeah, but I was in complete psychosis, breakdown, and she took me in, and then my brother showed up the next day, and he was yellow at the time. We didn't know what was going on with him. He was just absolute maniac. He had a crap as well, and I was in the spare room. He was on the sofa, and he was sending my mum to the shop to get him beer. And I was like being all high and mighty as I'm sneaking off to the bedroom to smoke meth. And but you can't believe
All mothers, God,
yeah,
the burden of being a
my sister
mother.
my sister had to do the chucking out, and I think that was it's for me. It still took a little bit from them, but that's where I think shame actually started kicking in. Not from what I was doing, but looking at my brother and seeing what he was doing to my mum, and then realizing that's what I was doing. And then my sister,
The shame of hypocrisy.
yeah, and then but because I could see, I realized that's what I was doing, looking at him rather than me doing it myself. And then a little bit later than that, a little later on from that, my sister then she started going to 12 steps and stuff, and she cut me off and she stopped speaking to me, and that's when I think the shame really kicked in that caused me to actually want to do something about it. So it's like it's hard decisions, but I think it's definitely, hopefully it'll be the beginning of something.
Okay. Olivia.
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed. How like addiction affects so many people in the family, brothers, mums. I'm thinking about my girls, what they were going through when they had to kind of let me be until I found myself and recovered. But it's just that kind of like it is the guilt. I constantly feel guilty, but I'm navigating it in better ways. That's the only way. That's the way I do things, by helping others. I'm not going to kind of rest on their guilt. I have to kind of be more active in helping other people, I suppose. But yeah, how it affects everybody. And thanks for sharing, Charlie. I did see something on TikTok. I think it was when you were really emotional. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to see him. And I was just like, oh, wow.
It's powerful, huh?
Yeah.
That was just the.
Yeah. I kind of knew this was coming. And I was like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to approach it, because it was so like, oh my God. But
And how are you doing now, Olivia? Now that
yeah, I'm okay. I'm things are happening, positive things are happening for me now, like seeing my son without any supervision. Like, I'm not gonna. I try to, like, I can't forget the past, but I'm learning how to deal with it, if that makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's how I'm feeling.
cool. All right, everyone. We're going to take a 5-minute break. Davida, welcome. Um, you're muted, Davida. Still muted. All right. So while Davida is trying to sort that out, why don't you all take a 5-minute break? Come back at 6 minutes past, and I'll catch Davida up. Okay.
Okay, bye.
You'll get there, Davide. Keep trying. Just look for that unmute button.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Hey, hello. How are you?
How are you,
Welcome.
Dave? Welcome. Thank you very much. Nice to eventually finally to meet you and speak to you.
Nice to meet you too. Okay, where are you? Portugal.
No, I'm in South Africa. We're in Pretoria,
Oh,
in
you
a state called
in where?
Silver Lake. So we're back in South Africa.
Oh, okay. And when you say we, who's we?
My daughter, my son-in-law, and myself and my grandchildren. We were in Portugal, and we're back.
Oh, okay. What did you emigrate back to Portugal and then come back to South Africa?
No. It was purely for business purposes, and yeah, well, things are a bit expensive there, and last minute we decided to. It's a bit yeah, well, and it's also a bit hard for the kids, new language, etc. So yeah, so we decided, well, let's rather come back. Well, that's more on Melissa's side and Yaku.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, all right. And are you related to Melissa and Yaku?
Yes,
And how?
Melissa's my daughter,
Okay,
and Yaku my
cool.
son-in-law. Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, cool. All right, it's all coming to you. I'm just trying to. All right, so
Okay.
you missed the first hour. Yeah,
Oh dear.
it's all right. We start at 10 o'clock UK time.
Okay, that would have been 11 o'clock. I thought so, not
Yeah,
12.
yeah. Okay, so
Uh,
so that's all right. So welcome. We've got Dorette joined. This is her first class as well. And some of the other people are coming towards the end of it. And
okay.
the way that the container works or the class works is you'll go for 20 weeks, 2 hours a week. That takes up 40 hours of classroom time. And there you'll have self-study that you need to go through the theory and everything. So there's the
Okay.
theory there, and then in the classroom we practice stuff.
We do the
So
practice,
today
all
we've
right.
practiced building the container, checking in, getting everyone, to create the space and then to see what emerges. Yeah, and today's theme was onboarding and discharging. Yeah, so when you start with someone,
Discharging.
when you start the coaching conversation, when you start the journey, and then when do you end it? Yeah, and how do you, because there's an ethical boundary that needs to happen around coaching. It's a short intervention to get an outcome. There's a goal there. It's not like therapy that can carry on for years and years and years and years. You know,
Okay.
it's you know, there's a specific time frame for it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you.
And so the training's split out over 5 modules over 20 weeks. So the first 4 is the coaching conversation, the continuums, the system, the 4Q leadership model, and creating the container. Yeah. So
Okay.
this is the container that we create. We started the same way every week. We check in, contract, and build the container, and then we see what the agenda is. So what would you like coaching on today? What would you that would typically be so the agenda always comes from the client. Yeah. So
Okay. Yes.
what brings you here today? Why have you come here?
Well, I've had my journey as well with drugs and alcohol, and I've come to a place now. I'm 58 years old, and I've been in the construction industry for the last 25 years as well. Well, if not longer. That's also a different kind of journey, very stressful, and it can drive a person to to drink with the pressures and the deadlines and etc. And being at this age, I feel from my experiences, I have something to offer, if I can put it that way. Not just because I'm getting to an age now where, look, I know every how can I say, work or anything in this world, there is a bit of stress, but I don't think it'll be as much stress as the construction industry in South Africa. So being like sort of wanting to be semi-retired, but I don't want to sit at home and do nothing. Okay, I've got the background of doing drugs, smoking the weed, popping the pills, and then because alcohol was an easier option, a more, how can I say, it was a legal option. So try to overcome the drugs and the THC, which is the cannabis, and going to the alcohol
Just,
and work.
just 1 second. This is being recorded, by the way, and streamed.
Okay, all right.
Are you okay with that?
No, I'm fine. Yes, I'm absolutely okay. Am I
Okay.
am I
And
am I allowed to share?
yes, please share. We want.
Oh,
It's just for your safety. So here, let me get you
yes.
to read something, just so that to cover me.
Hmm. Hmm.
Can you see that?
David Collins is okay. Pre-recording consent. Right. Yes, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that, David.
Right.
That's
Okay. Cool.
that's all in the past. So yes, I don't mind to share. That's exactly why I feel that I can make a difference in
Okay.
somebody's
Cool.
life and etc. Yes. So okay.
All right. Cool. So consider yourself onboarded.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank
All
you for the
right.
welcoming.
That's cool. All right. So let's do a quick check-in and rebuild the container. How are you checking in, Davide? How are you feeling?
When How am I feeling? I'm a little bit nervous, a bit anxious. Obviously, it's my first time, so yeah, a lot of yeah, just anxious and going into the unknown, so to say. So yes, but
Excited. Good.
otherwise excited, yes, and
Okay.
yes, you can say excited,
Cool.
anxious and excited.
Great. Dorette, how are you checking in?
Okay. I've lived through the first hour and which was a little bit emotional, but yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, cool. Sarah W. Can anyone lip read?
You muted, Sarah.
I'll start again. Yes, no, that was a very thought-provoking and yeah, emotional hour. So yeah, but I'm checking in. Good. Moss.
Yeah, I'm checking in pretty good. I'm feeling more present than I was when the session started an hour ago. I'm feeling more awake. I'm on my second cup of coffee, so it's all good. Sorry, I'm back late from the break. So I don't know who's not been, actually. I wasn't able to begin in the check-in. I'm going to tag Sam. Sam stuck his hand up. Thank you, Sam.
Oh, hi. Yeah, checking in, feeling really reflective, and hopeful, and yeah, just really humble as well. So I'll tag Danny.
Yeah, just yeah, checking in good. Yeah, just a little bit emotional the last hour, and feeling for Charlie and his family. But yeah, checking in okay. I'll tag Olivia.
Hi, I'm checking in good. I've just had my breakfast, so I feel a bit better. Yeah, it was an emotional hour, but yeah, I feel good. Thank you. I check Charlie.
Thanks, Olivia. I was feeling just a little bit restless there in my way of telling that story. It was a wee bit kind of. So I did the best thing, and I went and got myself a flapjack with sugar. So I went and got a nice flapjack and some coffee. Dorette, have you been?
Yeah, I've been. Yeah.
Who's not been? Daniel. Daniel. Thanks, brother.
Yeah, I feel all right. I feel good. I think feel really privileged to it. What Charlie was saying there, and quite reflective about it, and yeah, it's quite a lot of sympathy, and I can really feel for you, mate. It's just well done. You know, supporting your mum. It is not the easiest thing to do. I'll tag David.
Great. So I check in excited. I, I think we're moving along nicely. I'm just going to draw on the screen for a bit. The systemic model. So we start with the conversation, the continuums, and then we have the systemic model. And I just want to go through Charlie's event where Charlie was here and he was in crisis, chaos, and conflict. Can you all see the screen?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
And he had a relationship with his mum over here. So here's mum. And he had a relationship over here with his sister and his brother. Making sense? And in the family system here, there was crisis, chaos, and conflict. Yep. Their addiction moved into the mum's house. A mum wanted to support. Yeah. Something needed to happen. Mum needs to detach. Yeah. Sam spoke about his mum going to Naranon and learning the 3 C's. The 3 C's are: you didn't cause it, you can't cure it, you can't control it. So what happens there is you empower the individual in the family system to kind of work out what their recovery is for them, where they want to draw the line. Yeah. and it takes time. And then the mother came and she asked Charlie for help, and Charlie was able to come in and provide support, yep, and to get action. And the action was to confront his brother, and the brother's kind of shame went, oh fuck, I better leave the house. And then the sister left the house and has gone to a shelter. Yeah. Now, the sister has a relationship now with a housing shelter or community or something that's able to contain and manage, which is really providing benefit for the mum and for Charlie. Is this making sense to everyone?
Yeah.
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 So, and in this environment, the sister, yep, will need to kind of like, okay, well, take accountability for your life. What are you going to do? Where are you going to go from here? Blah, blah, blah. Yep. And the brother, I don't know where the brother is at the moment and what's going on there. But somebody is paying for this. Yep. And thank God there's somebody paying for that. Yeah. All right, so I just really wanted to show the system quickly because this was a very good example of the system. And Charlie found himself stuck in the center here. So all the roles were fucking confusing. Hey, Charlie?
Oh, you say?
Yeah, okay. So how are you feeling now, Charlie?
It felt good to actually tell the story to my peers here, if I'm honest with you. It felt I couldn't have did this in Tuesday or Wednesday. I couldn't have did this. Tuesday, I'd probably hit my emotional rock bottom myself. Didn't really hit me in the Monday, even though I was more fractious in the Monday. More like I was just like out of sorts, out of balance. So I took Monday really easy. But then in the Tuesday, it was like this emotional rock bottom where like I found I had to get to bed. And that's so strange. For me, it was like someone had placed a weight on me, and it was really fighting against that weight the whole Tuesday. I was really up against it. Pushing myself to work, pushing myself to make calls. It was a real emotional Monday. Was the Tuesday, but then in the Wednesday, I've got enough support around me. I've got some really solid support as well. And my people who have given me the spaces, used have to breathe more than to come in and fix. It was more like, I just needed to breathe almost like, ah, that way, like if you're into your meditation, you just go and you just put your shoulders down, you're like, ah, that almost, it was almost that. It was an almost like a relief, like I let this big breath on the Wednesday. It was like, right. And today, actually, man, I feel fine now, man, if I'm honest. Even
So
when I was,
talking with
yeah,
your colleagues, talking with your peers, just having us listen has been
yeah,
helpful for you.
yeah. It felt.
All right.
I can always tell with my speech because I've got a stutter. I've had a stutter since I was younger, and I can always tell how I am with my speech. My speech is my measuring yard and my measuring stick, and if my speech is nice and fluent, then I know where I am, and which I thought it was. So, when I'm talking, like I can regulate. It tells me like how far I am in my emotional state, and I'm quite well. I'm quite okay today. I've gone back to balance. I'm in probably balance, just probably balancing. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I was completely out of balance. But today, even when I was sharing the videos, it felt like I'm in a safe space here to share them with my peers. It felt like you were listening, and there was the space to share, which was nice.
Okay. How much advice did the container give you?
None.
We just kind of just sat there and listened, huh?
Yeah.
There,
And
there was
I think it was also nice, David, that you broke it up as well, especially with my mother part, to give mother space. I thought that was really nice because it kind of went, yeah. I almost felt like a grounding. you know, like let's let the ground myself here and give that space to breathe. Because when I talk, I could go rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat, you know. I'm that much in a rush to get through the story. I want to get to the other end. But you know, that being able to pause and stop, I thought, oh yeah, that felt really nice actually, you know, that space to breathe and to give
Okay.
and to honour mothers actually. So yeah, it was a space I felt space.
Okay. All right. So one of the important things is supervision as well for us working in the field, because as Charlie was sharing his story, our own stuff was getting activated as well. And supervision gives kind of clarity of like what's my stuff personally and what's the professional role stuff. Does that make sense? And the reason lived experience is so powerful is because we bring it into the professional role. And the reason it's a fuck up is because we bring it into the professional role. Yeah, it's a difficult dance. And there are lots of role players in the system. So Daniel last week shared his deep Christian values of compassion about a family member that had lost a father. Yeah, he genuinely wanted to do that. And he stepped on a fucking landmine. Is that fair enough, Daniel?
Yep, that's about it.
Yeah, okay. Cool. And yeah. And hopefully you've learned from that. It's like, oh fuck, there's a minefield. Okay, let me not go there, or let me get. So I'm really pleased you're back. And Moss, I gotta say, last week I loved your interaction towards Danny. You
Yeah.
were able to articulate you being on a different, on the other end of the spectrum, but you were still able to kind of meet and acknowledge and support your colleague. Because a lot of people in this field have a lot of fucking opinions of what recovery is, what it looks like, how it should be, and yeah. So Danny, for my own curiosity, yeah, and you can tell me to F off if you want, but how's where's the story with your family and your mum, and you brought it to the container a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to go and see my mum and sister. I think I might have mentioned it a couple of weeks ago that
You were going to go. I
yeah,
don't think
yeah,
I
I
got
was
an update.
yeah, so I'm allowed back in Surrey now.
Back in they've let down the wall, and did they stamp your passport? Did they give you a visa?
Yeah, so and it went really well. I think in terms of sort of making amends and things like that, my sister doesn't really want to have really detailed conversations about things at the moment. She just wants to take things very slowly. And my mum is not in a sort of in the right cognitive state for me to be able to have a detailed discussion with
How
her
are you feeling?
about what's happened. So I mean, I'm feeling really relieved and really happy that I'm back in touch with them. And it's sort of at the moment, any amends is along the lines of kind of living amends, just
Good.
building trust and showing them that, I'm not the lunatic I once was. So yeah, I'm texting my sister every few days now. We're chatting again, and I'm planning to go back and see them all again in a week or two. So yeah, things are much better. And yeah, as I said earlier, I had a similar situation to Charlie's brother or sister. Things have been really bad in the past. So yeah, it's progress.
And when you hear Charlie's story, where you were a role player in that several months ago, what, 18 months ago, 2 years ago?
Yeah, about 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you look back from where you are now, what do you see?
I mean, I still carry quite a bit of guilt and shame around my behavior, but I also can see that I've been through profound change through finding recovery, and I sincerely think my sister can see that as well. And it's yeah, there's been a huge amount of progress made. I think I was in addiction. I was one of those sort of Jekyll and Hyde type characters that's described in the big book. I'm quite a passive, and you probably can tell that I'm quite a sort of passive and quite quiet individual, quite peaceful person. But
There's a monster there, huh?
but in addiction, I lost full control of my negative emotions, and it was scary for everyone around me and for myself. So
What do you do to get aggro?
very angry. Yeah, I mean, I used to hurt myself and break things, rather than hurt others. But also,
Self-harming and
yeah. But
all
also,
the
my mouth was very powerful and nasty weapon too. So I
cutting, verbally cutting,
yeah, because I was in so much pain. I was just, I was
lashing
spewing,
out.
yeah, just spewing filth, really. So, yeah, big change, and huge amount of gratitude to have got to this place, and for people that I love to be recognizing that I was ill.
Wonderful. And what have you learned from this training
Today,
in general?
I think how important lived experience is, but also how you need to sort of manage that, and that can only take you so far. It's quite different now thinking about moving into coaching. Very different situation than having a recovery conversation with someone here in the cafe, you know. And so yeah, starting to understand, those boundaries, and how you need to support some when you need to support someone, your lived experience can only really go so far, and you need to rely on all the other stuff that we're learning here.
Daniel?
Yeah. Same question. What?
Yeah, same question.
Uh, yeah, it's been. I think it's been good just watching people like growing. Like you say, it was so hectic to start with, and I missed it, mate. The beginning when it was completely crazy, but it was still a bit manic, and yeah, yeah.
I can hear Sam's voice going off there. Oh, you've got it easy. Back in
Yeah,
my time, you should have seen it when the Irish were there. Oh,
yeah,
God.
yeah. But yeah, just watching everyone all settle down and just learning to listen a lot better, and giving people space and stuff. It's interesting. Hopefully, I'll be taking it all in.
Okay, cool. So we've got Danny and Daniel here. Yeah. We've got Moss and Sam and Sarah who are ahead. Yeah, but then we got Dorette, Davide, and Olivia that are behind. Yeah. Okay. And we got Charlie who's keeps coming back. Yeah. And has experienced many containers. Okay. So let's go right to our newest member, Davide. Yeah. You've been here now for 29 minutes, Davide. What have you learned so far?
What have I learned? From the perspective, is it relating to my personal experience?
Anything. There's no right or wrong answer.
All right. If I can say, I'm the kind of person that kept everything in.
Okay.
Everything was bottled in. I would never express myself. I don't know. I don't know if it was something that I couldn't communicate, but I just felt I couldn't speak to anybody. I couldn't speak to my mother or my sister, especially after my father had passed away. I don't think even till today, I've really mourned my father's passing on. So yeah, I think just holding everything in, just bottling everything in, and then the hurt, that's where, you start looking for alternative things to sort of suppress the hurt and maybe to hide, maybe not to confront, maybe not to want to discuss it because it hurts too much, or feel that people won't understand me if I express myself. So yeah, I don't know if I'm on the right track here, David. So yeah, that's.
So Davide, I don't know what track you're on, but I fucking love it.
Oh.
I'm so grateful. You really just put some big things into the container. Yeah. About
Okay.
the loss of your dad, bottling your emotions, just what a thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
That's the side. I would say that's where I'm coming from.
Great.
And I don't know if I was afraid to talk about it, or I don't know. I still don't even know till today, but I've managed to slowly get out of my shell, sort of to say, with life, and maybe getting a bit of, because after my father died, I felt like a whole piece of me died.
When did your
My father was
die, if I may ask?
My father passed on about 25 years ago. 25, sorry, but maybe I should say 27, around about, I'd say let's do about 30 years. And my confidence, everything, my dad was my everything. He was a businessman, a strong businessman. I was basically by his side from the morning till the night, involved with him in business. And when he passed on, my whole world, I was thrown into the unknown, basically thrown into the deep end. And yeah. And I think that's where I'm sort of fitting into where all this has affected my life. And the
Are you breathing?
Sorry, my apologies.
Davide, listen to me. Can you hear my voice?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. It's great to have you here, mate. It really is great to have you here. I really just want to kind of welcome you. I lost my dad 3.5 years ago. You talk about losing your dad 30 years ago, and it's still so painful and not being able to talk about it. And you've just come here now and you've put that in the container. I just really want to honor your courage and fuck, you want this, huh?
Yeah, it's been a journey.
Hmm. Can you see all the hearts Charlie's sending you? Send him some more love there, Charlie.
Yeah. Sorry, this
Why
I
are
didn't
you
expect this to
apologizing?
happen.
Oh, Daniel's sending you love too. There we go. Here comes Sam.
Uh,
Can you see the love?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So how many grandchildren you got, Davide?
I have two.
Two. Okay.
My Noah and Gabriella.
Noah and Gabriella. And how old are they?
Yes. Noah is 4 and Gabriella is 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And what was
Okay,
your
see, after my
dad's
father,
name?
many,
Manny.
yes.
And where
Many,
was
yeah.
Danny from? Portuguese guy from where?
He was from Madeira, the island of Portugal.
Madeira. Yeah.
Yes. So he came to South Africa when he was 16 years old,
Is it
and he only had like $5 in his pocket,
a
and
hard-working
he
porter from Madeira?
absolutely, and it was from the morning till the night, slog and slave.
Huh? Oh,
And he believed that hard work, through hard work, you'd accomplish a lot, which he
yeah.
did, very much so. And that's, well, I mean, he worked very much so that I think he even neglected his health. He was a person that enjoyed life. This non-stop drink, smoke, enjoy life,
And
eat.
how old was
You
he when
know,
he died?
54, 54.
54.
So it was young. He had a heart attack in his sleep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
And where did he die?
he died in Pretoria,
In
not very
Pretoria.
far from him. Yes, in South Africa. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And
Yeah.
so that was 30 years ago, and you're
But yes,
58 now. So you were
I'm
what?
58 now.
How old are you?
4
18?
years.
No, 28 when he died?
No, yeah, around about the yes. Yeah, so 30, so yeah, it's a bit older than that. So it's 28, 20, somewhere around about there, if I can.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
28, yeah,
Okay.
38, 48, 58.
Yeah, and it still feels as if it's fucking still
Yeah,
painful, huh?
yeah, I think the fact that my mom getting involved, so soon after that, and then a gentleman came into the family, and soon after that they got married, and
Whoa, fuck. Oh, okay. Yeah.
all right, so I'm going to spill the beans now.
Yeah.
And I was being being the firstborn. I mean, my dad. I was with my dad 24/7. I was supposed to take over his empire, take over his businesses, and yeah, I think you know what all happened after that. The new man came in, and he took over the empire. So the firstborn son was
Hey,
supposed to.
the king died and
Yeah,
another king came in and the young prince.
correct,
Hey, that drama,
correct.
huh?
Correct. And there's religion involved as well, because the religion that my mom had brought us into, all of a sudden that didn't count anymore. It was all about the new man.
Okay.
And that went along with the estate. There was no, apparently at that time, the will disappeared. There was no
Whoa.
will.
Are you
So,
Catholic?
no, I'm not. No, no.
Okay.
Christian was just, well, just a church going. And I don't know if you're very familiar with the Worldwide Church of God,
Okay.
but anyways, but yeah, so also very strict religion, something like Scientology. Okay, you're familiar with Scientology?
Jesus, you really need us. Like we're a different cult here. We're a different cult. Okay.
So basically, everything broke up and split up. All the religious ways, and all of a sudden, certain things didn't matter anymore to my mom, because obviously she had this new man in her life. And being the firstborn, I expected that I would have carried on with my father's business. I mean, my father even took me out of school at an early age to be by his side.
To
So
school. Traditional, huh?
I only had a standard 8 certificate from school. That's as far as I got. And so my whole world was shattered. I mean, where do I get a job with a standard 8 certificate in South Africa, especially at the time where the new government came in and a lot of politics were involved. And, off my mother went, and every time I asked her about what's happening with the divorce, it was the story, the estate hasn't been rounded up. And then during that period, obviously, the drinking was a lot. And that
I know the drinking
because
was
of
a
the
lot.
frustration.
I'm not surprised.
The frustration and the anger and the I didn't know what to do. If I was, at one stage I actually wanted to shoot this gentleman, this guy that came into my mom's life. I nearly did. I promise you guys, I nearly did.
No,
And
I'm sure.
because of this, I'd lost my family, my wife, and
Oh, mate, there's so much fucking pain there, huh? And you've only been here for, what, 40 minutes now?
I never thought I'd have to go back to this.
But fuck, I know that. All I said is, what have you learned? And
Yeah.
and you
Yeah,
bought it.
so yeah, so
I
I think
welcome it. I
I'm
really
I'm
welcome it, mate. But
I'm learning to open up.
okay.
Yeah, but
Oh,
yeah, so
man.
yeah, one of those things. But yeah, so that's why I say keeping everything in, bottling everything in, the anger, the hatred, the revenge, the what ifs, and so on. But yeah,
Yeah, I've got a feeling you're really going to benefit from this training.
I think
And
I
and and even if you don't benefit, I think we're going to benefit. I thought that was, oh, fuck, mate. Thank you so much.
no, thank you for welcoming me in. I didn't know
Thank
which way to go. I'm trying to understand where I'm going from this, but yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So what recovery coaching's about is like, what do you get back? What do you recover? Yeah. And it sounds like you've been fucking lonely for a long time, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Do you want Davide to join the classroom?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, yeah, welcome. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's go forward. Yeah. Let's go to Sam and Moss. You guys have been here the longest. Yeah. What have you learned? If you look at it from where you are now, if you look back, did you get what you came for?
Yeah, and Sarah. Don't forget Sarah.
Oh, sorry, Sarah. Yep, shit. There we go. Okay, let me go into Shane. Oh God.
The thing that's been really, really sticking out for me about this whole process, I kind of feel like this question was come in and things. The word that sticks in my head most is authenticity. You know what I mean? Being authentic and just being real and genuine and, and being where you're at. And it's okay to be where you're at and meeting the client where they're at and all that stuff, just authenticity is the really big thing for me. But I've really, this whole process, the A's, the C's, we can talk about that, you know what I mean? And this and you know what I mean? But it's being authentic and being real. You know what I mean? That's what really stood out for me.
Cool. Sarah?
Yeah, I kind of, yes, all of that, and including just the process of listening, and just being able to listen. We had no idea where today has taken us at all. And I think that's the thing. You kind of learning that coaching isn't about saying, setting necessary, targets of what you've got to do. It's like taking the client from where they're at and what they're doing. And I think personally, just continuing learning that to take off the mask, and I think I am very, I talk about this a lot, but I think it's the teacher in me of and I know I've spoken about before, but about wearing the mask for many years as Miss Hampson and then Mrs. Wilson, and now I'm being Sarah in this process, and that allows for something that is very different. So yeah, that's the main things really.
Thanks, Sarah. Sam?
Yeah, so what have I learned? So I've learned a lot, what's been really key for me is like Sarah said, the listening, and watching my thoughts, as each person speaks and it's each week it's gone along, watching how what role is it that I really want to run to. So like, oh, I really want to fix, or I really want to rescue or give advice, but it's not about that, and allowing things to organically, run the way they're meant to, and using, not many like you, David, like asking Davide, what has he learned and this week, and then last week asking Daniel, about, you know, why is it important to have men's groups, and what came from just that one question, and there's not, just watching that and knowing, and realizing that, yeah, I don't need to say much, and everyone's got this wisdom inside themselves to kind of to resolve things on their own, you know. Just like Charlie shared about his mum earlier, and not getting involved, not causing more chaos like I used to do, and yeah, it's been really really rewarding.
Cool. Olivia.
Hello. Just listening to the conversation between you and David, it's like you, when after he spoke, like, and you gave him the time to speak, and then you showed empathy and understanding, but then you kind of twisted it and brought positive things to him, like where is your life now, about his grandchildren, and talked positive stuff. So that was quite like a learning curve, like just to sit with people, let them say what they have to say, let them breathe, and then afterwards give them positives about their life, so it's not all negative. Yeah.
Okay. So I think I just got curious about his life, and his response was positive.
Mm.
Yeah. As opposed to saying, "Oh, but you've got so much to live for. You've got grandchildren." It might be like, "Fuck, you haven't seen my grandchildren. Oh my God." It's like yeah. So when you're engaging with someone, I'm looking for values. Yeah. What's important to them? Yeah. What their needs are, and yeah. Okay. Direct. How's the second half been?
It's been a lot. What I see and what I know, that addiction in all kinds of ways gives chaos. But when I see all these people trying to make something out of it, I find it beautiful. And there are a lot of aspects to give a light. It's a lot, but I've heard the past 2 hours, but yeah, I'm positive.
Cool. Cool. All right. Davide, you good? I'm not going to ask you what you learned. I want to know, how are you feeling now?
I'm feeling good, thank you. I'm maybe a little bit some of the weight off my shoulders or off my chest, I'd say. Feeling, because you tend to keep all this inside of you. So slowly but surely starting to learn to maybe to come out of my shell and, positive and yeah.
Welcome, mate. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so we start by checking in. We see what the agenda is, and then we check out. Yep. And there's an overarching big arc of 20 sessions, and each session we do the same thing. Check in, check out, check in, check out. So we're constantly moving. Now, the goal of the overarching is to learn about recovery coaching and to become a certified professional recovery coach so that you can go out there and say, I have done this training. This is the theory I covered. This is the practical I covered. And this is what I was assessed on. And this is the organization I work for. Yeah. And in that, there's a personal journey that each of us go on.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Do my esteemed colleagues here agree with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So the most important outcome of the first session is the client comes back for the second session. Dorette and Davida, I hope we see you next week.
Absolutely, you will do.
It was very
Thank you for
touch and go
inviting me.
with Sam in the beginning. Sam had it hard. Back in Sam and Moss's and Sarah's day, it was hard. Danny and Daniel had it easy. Cool.
Have they finished
Whatever
up?
happened to Sam Kalpa?
Yeah. Have they finished?
Huh?
What happened to Sam Kalpa?
Oh, they've gone off doing training now. It's like, what that crack? I'm on the here. You know, I mean, I give you the training there, you know.
Oh, but geez.
Yeah. Yes, Daniel, what did you want to say?
Yeah, I was just asking the same thing. Have they finished?
No, they got a couple more, but they've been doing other trainings as well.
Oh, they'll be back. Okay.
I hope they come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're here, so that's important. All right, everyone, let's start the checkout. Who wants to start the checkout first? Let's start with you, Charlie.
Yeah, I'm checking out, feeling nice and relaxed. Actually, I'm looking forward to the gym, and we're just experiencing just how important the story is in each and our lives, to give that story the space to breathe has been my learning here today. But I'm checking out, feeling relaxed. I'll tag Sam and Danny.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, Sam, checking out, feeling really positive. I shared it last week as well. You know, it's coming to the end of the sessions. So feeling, feeling sad as well, because endings don't, I don't deal well with endings. But really, really grateful and privileged that I've been able to share this journey with you all, and yeah, looking forward to the rest of the day.
Yeah, I'm checking out good. It's been a good session today. I've learned a lot, and it's been emotional. And welcome to our newcomers. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. And I will tag Moss.
Yeah, checking out, feeling pretty good. Grateful to be here. I will tag Sarah.
Thanks, Moss. Yeah, yes, it's been quite an incredible session. Feeling thoughtful, grateful, and kind of privileged that I have the opportunity to be part of listening to this and sharing and being part of it all. And now just looking forward to getting out it's beautiful how up here. I'm up high in the downs, so I'm going to go for a walk with the dog and carry on with my day positively. So thank you. I'll hand over to Olivia.
Hi, I'm checking out good. Yeah, I'm going to take my dog for a walk as well because it's lovely up in Welling at the moment. So there's no hills though. It's just like a park. And David, that's the worst Irish accent I've ever heard.
Sorry, I'm all embarrassed now. Yeah. Apparently, he's fucking all right for me.
Well, probably it's better than mine, and I'm Irish. Yeah, I'm checking out good. Thank you. I'll say Daniel.
Yeah, I think I'm
Oh, you done already, Charlie? You've done.
no, I'm checking out good.
Oh.
I feel like my frapping skills, need to frap is getting more under control. Slowly learning, and I'm gonna go and take someone else's dog for a walk. So. Is it done right, or was that it?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I'm checking out a bit overwhelmed, really. I didn't know what to expect, but I feel comfortable enough to come back next week. And I don't have a dog, but a chicken I have to feed. And I check David.
Yeah, all right. Thank you. Also checking out, learning as well, feeling a lot better. And like you say, confident to be back and to share experiences. And at this moment, feeling, how can I say, blessed. Yeah, blessed to be here. And thank you for the opportunity. And we'll see you next week.
Cool.
Cool.
I certainly feel very blessed to be able to listen to the stories of everyone. Thank you all. Oh, Olivia's also got a dog there. Great.
Yeah. The dogs are taking over.
All right, everyone. See you all later. Bye.
Bye, guys.